culture and brand is something you've got to nurture.
Yeah.
And it's something that doesn't just happen by accident, and it's very actively shaped by your customers, by your people, by your interactions, by your purpose, your vision, your mission, your values. So we created a people brand and culture department to really centre that at the core of what we do, and ensure that we are supporting our people, our stakeholders, our community, our clients, customers, etc. in the best way, and growing in the best way, and bringing in some new roles as part of that. You know, a culture lead, for example, a sustainability lead, health and wellbeing manager, to really just think about how we create that more future fit way of operating and be differentiating in our culture.
No, but obviously, when we're at the Seed Awards, I met the team, and well, actually, what's your new title? No, tell me. Fancy. Don't tell me, shut up. But it's amazing because obviously we pride ourselves in our culture, and what we do is we look at you guys and go, look, that's what we want to get. But seeing the fact that you've created an actual department that's focusing on trying to make sure that what you guys are seeing, obviously, at the top of the business can then feed through into everyone there, because you've got a big team. I mean, it's a big ship,
right? Remote as well,
and a lot of remote people. Yeah, so kind of identifying that it's not something that's just going to get passed down because somebody sends a newsletter.
I think that's massively important. Communication. You know, throughout all the change that the business has been through and the world's been through, communication has always been a central point for us. Communicating with the sites is always a challenge. You know, we're keen to get the message out there. We have a 100% reach campaign, which we've had for some time, to try and get out so that the sites understand what's happening at head office. It's very easy to get focused on what's happening inside the building and everything, but we need to take account of what's happening elsewhere as well.
No, 100%. It's where I worked before. That was the challenge we always had. Is we sat in head office and we had, in the UK, we had 7 or 8 different businesses, right? You're trying to make sure that, see what's said in head office, see if you go and speak to somebody in the smoking shelter at Aberdeen, it's the same message, right? And that's a hard thing to do.
It is, yeah.
And we've done a lot of work in that, and I think the most important thing to try to make it sustainable is make it co-created. You know, when we were through a lot of change, you know, post-pandemic, obviously our various different evolutions of the business, new ownership, etc., we actually took some time out a number of years ago and we co-created a new mission, which is, through collaboration, want to engineer a better future. You know, I know collaboration is so important in your business as well. It's just foundational, it's a behaviour. And really starting to make that come alive for people to live it and breathe it is so important, to have that overarching way of thinking. It doesn't happen overnight, but evolving something that feels true is really important.
No, it is. I think the other thing that kind of proves the culture is when we went through all that change, especially the recent change, we didn't lose a single employee, despite a little bit of uncertainty as we went through the first 3 months of 2023. Didn't lose a client either.
That's when you know you're doing something right, especially when you hear these kind of messages. I was actually talking to somebody earlier today. That's just said, they're looking for a new job because there's some uncertainty where they are. Why is, and that's the reason, is nobody's telling them. This is all getting done behind closed doors, so they don't really know. So all they're doing is going, right, we're worried, and they're thinking about going. So the fact that you guys, obviously, the communication that went through the teams, the engagement you had for the teams, and you never lost anybody, both customer and staff, you're going, that's when you know you're doing something right.
And I think, like, a newer piece that we're working on within the business is, you know, we've been through a lot of phases, evolutions, new strategies, new ways of working, but, you know, I think the glue piece that really needs to hold that together is your behaviours, how you operate, how you work, and I know that's something that's really close to Ailsa. You've got a great acronym that speaks about that.
Scripted,
well done. Can you remember what it means? Can you remember it?
Amy's talking.
Okay, sorry.
And we've actually, but that's something we're just in the process of launching, and again thinking about where we've been but where we want to go, and we're actually now rolling out a new brand called Cares, which I think is really inherent and foundational about what Booth Welsh is all about. And that stands for collaboration, ambition, resilience, empowerment and stewardship. And I think these are 5 words that will hopefully really be able to carry us through the next phase. Wee bit of a teaser, because it's just a soft launch just now, but it's something that we're really looking at making come alive across the business.
And how's the team feeling about that kind of change in kind of values, stroke, kind of messaging?
I think it's something. I mean, if you ask people about Booth Welsh, I'm hoping they would say that we do care.